Okay, in this video, we're going to talk about how we find the equation of the line of symmetry for a quadratic function. So think about this. First of all, we should understand, hopefully, that any quadratic will be a parabola when graphed. It's either going to open up, like a smiley face, or it's going to open down. And it will become symmetrical. So there will be a line that is vertical that cuts the parabola in half, that you can actually fold it on top of itself. So we call that the axis of symmetry, or the line of symmetry, which it talks about right here. Now there is a formula, I call it a formula, and a little equation that helps us find that axis of symmetry. And since the axis of symmetry is a vertical line, it has to have an equation that says x equals. Because anytime you have a vertical line, let me go back over here to the left, this vertical line here, if I take any point on that line, and I put little green points there, and you look at the ordered pairs, what's always the same? The x value is always going to be the same. So what we do is this. We use a formula. The formula is x equals the opposite, and you put b in the numerator, you double the a in the denominator, and then you simplify it, you find out what your equation is for x equals. So let's do that. So my b is -2. So my -2 goes in the numerator. 5 is the a. So it says to take 2 times 5, which will be 10, that goes in the denominator. And remember to take the opposite of all that. Now, -2/10 is simplified as -1/5, and the opposite of -1/5 would be a +1/5. So that's going to be my axis of symmetry, where all the x's will be 1/5. So I'm going to tap my, actually I don't want that. I don't want that. I'm going to hit trash there. I want x equals, so I type in x equals, I need my fraction button. You don't always get a fraction, but sometimes you will. That should be my line of symmetry at x equals 1/5. It will be a vertical line where all the x's will be 1/5. The y's will change because the line is vertical, but the x's are always 1/5. Let's see how we did. So I have a mistake here. So now we got to go back and look at that. Where's my mistake at? So I have, look what I did. I switched the A and the B. So let's just trash this whole thing. And, you know what, I'm not going to trash this whole thing. No, I'm just going to erase where I made the mistake. And hopefully you're screaming at me, Mr. Rudisil, everything was good until you substituted in for the B, and the B is the 5, not the -2. So I should have put the 5 in the numerator. And then I have the -2 is the A, and I need 2 of those. That's my denominator, so that's a -4. Then I bring down my negative sign. And positive divided by negative is a negative, so I have -5/4. And the opposite of that is a +5/4. So my equation should be x equals 5/4. So let me change that. But hey, that's how you figure out, and when you get these dots and you make a mistake, you go back and fix them. Let's check now how we did. You entered an improper fraction. Please change it to a mixed number. So it didn't mark it wrong. It just gave me a hint. So let me go back. 5/4 is the same as 1 1/4. Now let's see if I handled it correctly. Good. Whew. So let me clear my screen. Let's see if this goes a little smoother. Now this one here already has a parabola drawn. It says state the line of symmetry. Well, the line of symmetry is going to be where you can fold that parabola on top of itself, and that's where x equals 5. So my equation should be x equals 5, because that's where the line of symmetry is, right here. So let me go down, tap in the box, and let's type in x equals 5. I didn't need the formula, I just had to inspect the parabola and look for the vertical line, which gives you the line of symmetry. How do we do? Looks good, clear that. Okay, now for this problem, in order to use the formula, the opposite of b over 2a, I have to put this into standard form. I have to take this, put it in standard form. To do that, I need to multiply x plus 4 times itself, because that's what it means by squared. Then I need to multiply it by 1/3. Then I need to add on 3. So I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to do that work over here on the left side. Okay, I'm back real quick. Notice I ended up with x squared plus 8x plus 16 when I multiplied x plus 4 times x plus 4. Now I need to take the 1/3 and multiply it times all that. So I need to take the time and distribute. So I'm going to pause the video and I'll show you what I get. So I ended up with 1/3 x squared plus 8/3 x plus 16/3. Now that is in standard form. And my a, remember my a, x squared, my a will be the 1/3. The b, x, the b is 8/3. And then the constant c is the 16/3. But I just need my a and my b in order to find the line of symmetry. So I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to set up my equation for the line of symmetry on the other side. Okay, look on the right side of the screen. I took the b, which is the 8/3, put that in the numerator. I took the a, multiplied by 2. 2 times 1/3 is 2/3. That goes in the denominator. And I need the opposite of that. Now to simplify, and I'm dividing by a fraction. Dividing by a fraction is the same as multiplying by its reciprocal. So really we're taking 8/3. We're multiplying by 3 over 2. 3 simplify to 1s. 2 becomes 1, 8 becomes 4. So my final answer, when I simplify, I get a -4. So x equals -4 is my line of symmetry. Let's tap it in. See how we did. Okay, last one that we'll do here. We have a quadratic. And notice it just says 3x squared. Well, there are no x's. Well, really, there's 0 x's, and the constant is another 0. So to use the formula, x equals the opposite of b over twice a, the b is this 0 here. The a is the 3. 2 times 3 is 6, but 0 divided by 6 is 0, and the opposite of 0 is 0. So my line of symmetry is x equals 0. And when x equals 0, that's actually the y-axis. So the y-axis is my line of symmetry for this one. All right, good luck with those. Do your best. Use that formula. Watch out for negatives. Use a calculator to check your computations and simplify at the end.